Welcome. Today, we're going to dive into a really powerful passage from the Quran's Surah Fāṭir. It's one of those passages that asks us to take a deep look inside ourselves, to really understand the path our soul is on. So let's begin, as we always should. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. I seek refuge in Allah from the accursed Satan.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful.
Okay, so let's start with a really big question, one that kind of sets the stage for everything we're about to discuss. What happens when divine revelation actually enters a community? I mean, how do people respond to this sacred trust? Well, Surah Fāṭir gives us a timeless and incredibly profound answer.
Our journey starts right here. The book, the Quran, is presented not just as some text, but as al-haq, the ultimate, unshakable truth. And think about who it's coming from. It's from a source who is khabir and basir, fully aware of our deepest, most hidden thoughts, and completely all-seeing of everything we do on the outside. He knows us, inside and out.
And here's the thing, this truth isn't just sent down, it's given to us as an inheritance. Can you imagine? What an incredible honor, a huge bounty from Allah. But this is where things get really interesting. This inheritance leads to a critical split, a sort of sorting of souls based on how each one receives this precious gift.
The verse lays out three distinct groups, three different kinds of heirs to this divine book. Now, it's so important to see this not as a tool for us to judge other people. Not at all. It's a framework for our own self-assessment. It's a mirror for us to ask, okay, where do I stand in all this?
First up, we have the heir, who wrongs themselves. Now, on the outside, sure, this means falling short, maybe neglecting duties or making mistakes, but the Sufi masters invite us to look deeper. This outward state is really just a symptom of an inner reality, being dominated by the nafs al-amara. You know, that commanding soul, the part of us that's always pulling us toward our lower self, toward our ego. The next two heirs show us a spiritual progression. There's the moderate one, the muqtasid. This person is connected to the nafs al-lawwama, the self-reproaching soul. Ever feel like you're in a constant battle with yourself? You do good, then you slip up, then you feel bad and try again. That's it. And finally, you have the sabiq, the one who is foremost. This is the state of the nafs al-mutma'inna, the tranquil soul. Totally at peace, just racing toward goodness by Allah's permission. And get this, there's this amazing mystical layer of insight here from Abjad numerology. The letters in the Arabic word sabiq, which means foremost, have a numerical value that reduces down to 1. And what does the number 1 always point to? Tawheed, the ultimate goal, divine unity, oneness with God. It's like the very word for the highest state is pointing us to the highest reality. Just beautiful. This all leads to the next logical question, right? We've seen the choices, we've seen the states of the soul, but what are the ultimate consequences? I mean, where do these different paths actually end? The first destiny is described by the words of the people living there. They enter these gardens, and the very first thing they say is one of pure gratitude. Praise belongs to Allah, who has removed all sorrow from us. So you see, paradise is a state defined by the complete absence of grief and the overwhelming presence of thankfulness. The description of this home is so vivid. Adornments of gold, pearls, silk, and the Sufi masters see such beautiful symbolism here. Gold isn't just gold, it represents purified knowledge. Pearls are the deepening of love. Silk is the softness that comes with complete surrender to the divine. It all paints this picture of an inner reality, that sorrow is finally gone because the veil between the lover and the beloved has been lifted. And then, in the starkest contrast imaginable, we hear this desperate cry from the second destiny, the people of the fire, screaming for a second chance, pleading, send us back, we'll do good deeds this time, not what we used to do. It's a cry of just profound, painful regret. But that plea is met with a devastating question. Did we not give you a life long enough? And did the warner not come to you? And the inner meaning here is just piercing. The fire isn't just some external punishment. It's the internal burning regret of a soul that squandered its most precious gift, time. Every single breath was an opportunity to turn back, and every single one was missed. And so the Quran turns this entire narrative right back around to us. To you and me. Right here, right now. It forces us to ask, which of these three heirs do I resemble today? Am I wronging my soul? Am I stuck on that moderate path? Or am I racing toward goodness? Ultimately, the book we inherited serves as a mirror. It reflects our true state, whether we choose to look into it or turn away. It teaches us that paradise is a state of being where sorrow ends and gratitude just overflows, while hell is the deep, profound regret of a life not lived for its true purpose. Let's close with this beautiful personal prayer, this munajat, inspired by these verses. O revealer of the book, make me worthy of the inheritance I hold. Remove the sorrow I have woven with my own hands, and settle me in a home where regret cannot follow. Amin. This reflection was based on material compiled by Mir Ali Shah for Living the Wisdom of the Quran. Thank you so much for joining this exploration of these incredibly profound verses.